They've risked their lives for our country, yet it can be just as difficult for veterans when they leave the military to begin a new life in the civilian workplace. But one company, Liberty National, truly appreciates these military people who have fought for our liberty, and they offer a wealth of earning potential for those transitioning veterans with a wealth of ambition.
As a 20-year veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps, Chris Bowling admits life was fulfilling as a soldier. He flew Navy helicopter missions for Special Ops during Operation Enduring Freedom and used his military service to get a college degree.
I joined right out of high school, and I have always felt sort of a sense of duty. I felt like it was something that I should have done, and that was for me to do my part in protecting my family and protecting just the people of the United States.
But later, when he transitioned into the civilian job force, it was a different story.
I wasn't prepared for the difficulties of finding a career after the military. For me, it was a very difficult time. It was a hard struggle. I went from when I retired as a 20-year gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps to taking about a 60% pay cut.
Rick Snyder had the same frustration in finding meaningful work after completing his tour of duty in Iraq. He was an engineer in the Army, responsible for locating IEDs and disarming them.
The camaraderie that I had with my brothers over there, you know, everybody hates it over there. You know, you die for your brothers, and some folks did. 9/11 was definitely the reason for joining. Just felt that internal tug, you know, it's kind of like a patriotic duty. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it really was. The transition was really hard as far as from being, you know, you're going 90 miles an hour worried about bombs and bullets to coming back home and expected to flow right back into the daily lives with bills. And I mean, I felt like I wasn't going anywhere, that I wasn't being valued at all for who I was. And so I struggled with that.
For both of these military veterans, civilian life and their future changed dramatically when their paths crossed at Liberty National, an American insurance company founded in 1900 with a keen interest in recruiting our nation's finest.
What the folks from the military bring is integrity. They bring honesty, they bring a work ethic, they're disciplined, they understand that following systems is critical to survival. And that translates very well into our business.
Yeah, we want to plug them into the system and give them something that if they follow our track record and take our lead, we can show them how to be successful.
Today, Rick and Chris are both successful agents at Liberty National, a civilian career that has truly changed the course of their lives. In Chris's case, he met his wife, Alex, and was able to pay cash for a new home they both had dreamed about. Rick also met his wife, Melissa, and they're enjoying a life together, doing the kind of things they've always wanted to do, thanks to the leadership training that Rick has received.
And Liberty has given me a whole nother future out there. Thanks to my military service, they've given me the opportunity to be somebody that I knew I always could be in the civilian sector. I'm back to saving lives again.
One of the things I think that we've identified with folks from the military is they come with a wealth of ambition. You know, and with that wealth of ambition, I think we can provide them with a wealth of opportunity as well as a wealth of earning potential.
There's a place for you to serve your community here at Liberty National, and it's based on systems and it's based on structure, so it really helps with the transition from the military world.
For vets like Rick and Chris, there's now financial freedom to do the things they want in life and make their job pay exactly what they hope to earn.